Get out the insurance cards, get out the co-pays. The office is open, my friends.
Everybody,
Brought to you by drroto.com.
So let's get to it. Bring the pain!
What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Roto this week. Ooh, yeah. If you haven't got over to the site, get over to Dr. Roto right now. Use code or WIN, and you will be our rich friend. That'll get you a percentage off of your discount, so you can start winning today. We've had a hot day at the MLB opening day, but Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Got off work a little bit early because we had to do our little thing earlier, and now I'm ready to do this, man. I'm excited.
I'm always excited for a UFC card. This newfound love that we've found and just being able to do all things has led to new different things at Dr. Roto on our YouTube and for the show. So like, follow, comment. This is a live show. If you got a question about the card, ask us. We, of course, are only covering 3 fights. And if you're behind the paywall at Dr. Roto, again, code word WIN, you get the 5-tastic picks on Saturday, giving you a total of 8 fights, and access to the subs-only Discord only gives you the best chance to win money. Right, Dan?
That's right. And let's not forget about that soup can, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even mention those things. This is crazy, man. The soup can of the week will be on this show. Of course, like always, we'll be running free bets, parlays, DFS lineups. We'll give you a DFS rankings. Of course, we will also have a DFS hero simulated lineup. We'll have that later in the show as well. Also, the 3 fights that we'll be covering, we have a little fun with that. So it's going to be a great time. But first, Dan, UFC news. What's been popping at you, son?
Oh, man. All I hear is about this Netflix card that they're putting together. It looks good if it was like in 2018. In 2018, this card would have been crazy good. But now in 2026, it's not that great. Like, it's just a bunch of old dudes fighting each other.
And old chicks too, because we of course got Carano versus Rousey. I didn't think we would get Rousey back in the octagon. Did you, Dan?
I was hoping not. I was hoping she would just retire and go away. She can't strike. If any part of this fight stays standing, she's going to get beat up.
Yeah, and that could be that could be the outcome for a few of our fights, the 3 we're talking about, because there is a certain differences where some of these fighters can win on the mats, but will they? And that comes back down to fight IQ. Sometimes these people are dumber than a door, and they just get beat up, and they're not doing what they do best, Dan.
Yeah, and you got 40-year-old Nate Diaz fighting Perry that hasn't fought in MMA in like 7 years. He's a bare knuckle boxer. If Diaz takes him down, he's not going to know what to do. The return of Francis Ngannou. Wow. Junior Dos Santos is on this card. I haven't heard that name since 2016.
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Lorenz Larkin is on this card. He was a stud in the UFC in 2017, 2018. But I mean, it's 2026.
You're looking at some of these guys almost 10, 12 years later, like you said.
Yeah, and it's nuts. I just don't agree with any of this. I think someone's going to get beat up bad.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that they're just pulling these guys right off the street. Now, I know Nate Diaz be all right. I know he's already ready. He's always ready to fight. But, like, Nagano's going to torch his dude, man. And so I just want to be able to bet on it. Can I bet on this? Because I know who I'm picking already on this card. And he's one of them.
Probably. They'll probably have, like, the odds and everything up soon. But, don't get me wrong. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it
too.
It's going to be a blast from the past, seeing all these people.
Yeah. So that being said, with everybody comparing this event to what's going on in the UFC, everybody feels that this event is going to be awesome, way better and cooler than anything the UFC has going on right now. Is that because of the star power on the Netflix fight card, or is it because people are just blowing gas up their ass?
Well, look at the star power. What this Netflix card is going up against is 327. Look at the star power on 327. It's probably the best card of the year so far, which is it's crazy. So that's what it's going up against, and I don't think the star power is even close.
Yeah, and for me, I'm gonna, so I'll probably have it on double screen unless the WWE pulls something that weekend and puts on one of their shows. Then I'm gonna have 3 screens watching all this insanity go down. But first of all, 327, Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Olberg. This is what, dude, Olberg's going to get the title, bro. I've been screaming it for more than a year. You know he's my boy. I'm so excited. But I can't doubt that Yuri Prochazka could definitely win this fight too. But I don't know, man. I love me some Olberg.
Yeah, I like both these fighters. I'm excited for the Josh Van and Tiara fight.
Yeah.
Dominic Reyes and Johnny Walker. That's going to be a banger. And dude, the final fight of one of my favorite fighters of all time in Cub Swanson. He's fighting Nate Landwehr. I can't wait for that fight either.
Dude, this whole card is stacked, and people, do they understand what they're talking about? First of all, the fact that Josh Hawkins going to beat the daylights out of Curtis Blades on a UFC event, not a Netflix event, is just right there. This dude is literally going to bust a rap after busting that dude's face in, man.
Yeah, and we got the return of the Burrito Bandit on this card in the early prelims. Calvin Gaslam is fighting Vicente Luque.
Dude, don't make me pull out that guitar
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Yeah, that's what we do. All right. Well, we're having some fun. So overall, we'll probably watch both. There's room for it. They'll get viewership of both. I'm happy that we're going to get both of these going on at the same time. That's going to be a lot of blood and people getting choked out. But other than that, man, I'm just happy it is. I'm not going to be negative about this. Let's take this sport and make it popular. That's what we've been trying so hard on the Fight Club of Pain to do, is to make the UFC betting and DFS product so much better.
Exactly. The more promotions that put on good cards, the better.
Exactly. All right, everybody. This is what you're here for. You're here for some fight theory. You're here for some fights. So let's get to it. In this corner, we have Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusri Belagua. Dan, talk about it.
All right, Belguar, man, he's on a 4-fight winning streak, but this will only be his second appearance in the octagon. He's a Muay Thai kickboxer turned MMA fighter. He actually challenged Alex Pereira for the championship in 2018 in kickboxing. Of course, he lost because it's Alex Pereira. But he's a clean technical striker, and he's going to look to gauge his distance and keep this fight standing. Abdul Malik, he's 3-0-1 in his last 4 fights, including a beautiful standing guillotine finish in his last fight. Other than the no contest on his record, Malik hasn't shown any weaknesses inside the cage up till now. He's a strong, quick puncher and looks for that one-punch finish. But we've seen lately Abdul Malik switch things up, mix in body shots, kicks, and use his distance.
Woo-wee! Hot like a knife and butter. Hot off the stove. Yeah, coming in fresh. Dude, this fight's crazy. Of course, this is one of the ones I surprised you with. You said, why are we doing this? And the reason is because both of these guys have a clear path. Now, Yusri, of course, has already 3 losses. And that may not be the best thing for him, but he's doing well. He likes to get in there, like you said, kickbox and everything. Mansour has been on a storm. He's been one of my favorite fighters the last year. He starts slow. So for me, this fight may not be over in the first round like Malik's last fight. But what he can do in this fight is get to that second round, making those prop bets even better and more juicy and allow us to make some more money off that. So for me, the thing that I have for Bellegois is that he needs to, of course, keep this on the feet. He needs to be able to strike, use his Muay Thai against the learning striking of Mansour Abdul Malik and not be taken down. Because I'm sorry, Yusri's body's just one of them thin dudes. He's a thin dude.
Yeah.
And if this big, muscly dude, Mansour Abdul Malik, which I love this guy, we call him Ma'am, right? This dude is going to grab him and take him to the ground. But if it stands on the feet, I don't like the odds for Abdul Malik. Ooh, that rhymed.
I don't know, man. He got that one punch knockout power, though. I mean, he always has a puncher's chance on the feet, but I just think the distance control, he's going to have trouble with that.
So I agree with that as well. Let's dive into the numbers real quick. We've got on the Usuri side, knockout and points plus 100, knockout plus 280. We got decision no bet plus 100. If you want to be safe and you think this fight's going to go under, a lot of people do, I do, then you're going to play that on the side to hedge yourself. First and second round knockout. Usuri has to get this done fast because I haven't seen too much late tape of him. And if he gets into the late stages, that's when Mansour heats up. He's going to get grabbed. He's going to get taken down. And he's going to either ground and pounded to a TKO victory, or he's going to get subbed. However, money line distance no is plus 213 on Usuri's side. Let's run down the middle. Distance no, negative 182, knockout, plus 115. They think this is going knockout. I think this is going to be a knockout. Both fighters have a potential of knocking them out, each other out. So that's a negative 115. I'm putting 2 units on that. Sub it plus 550. Totally love it. I'm definitely going to put a unit on that. Even maybe a half unit if you want to be safe, just because of that. Points plus 135. Sometimes we can get lucky. Flip over to the Mansour Abdul Malik side. Moneyline distance, no, plus 142. Decision, no bet, negative 154. I love that. That right there is equivalent to a touchdown from Saquon Barkley, but better numbers. This dude's got a great chance to get the finish on both sides, the sub and the knockout. Negative 154. Goes distance, you get your money back. Knockout and sub, which I love for Mansour, is plus 155. His knockout straight up plus 260. But check this out. I was talking about that late round action. Sub, second, third round, plus 1,400 for Mansour Abdul Malik. What are the numbers telling you, Dan?
Same thing I think. That everyone thinks this is going to be a close fight, man. I don't think there's a clear path to victory for either of these guys. That's why they're fighting.
Yeah, but this right here I think this will catapult Mansour's career at this point farther than Usuri's because he is almost marketable. He's a likable fighter in the UFC. Do you agree with that?
I do. He's fun to watch. He really is.
All right. On top of the under 2.5 rounds going negative 40, Dan, who you got winning and by what method?
I got Abdul Malik in a close decision victory.
Woohoo! Dude, you going for the decision. Points plus 135 just alone, right? And if we go to the Mansour points, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not looking yet. But guess what? I bet it's a plus 430. Let's see. Mansour Abdul Malik by points, 320. That's pretty close. So you know what? We'll make sure we hit that. Boom, plus 320. Dan's got it. Of course, you got me. I'm going to be taking the knockout and sub at plus 155. That for me is just as juicy. And again, if you think that this is going to go the distance, you're going to play Dan's bet, and then you're going to come back with decision no bet at negative 154. And then you have coverage on that side. You have coverage if it goes over, of course, being more points. And then you're even covered on the decision no bet plus 100 on the Usuri Bellegois side. I love it, man. This fight's going to be a banger. But I could see Mansour getting, how many takedowns do you think he can get? Do you think he can get a few takedowns?
I think he can get maybe two.
Two? 2?
Yeah.
So the takedowns and knockdowns are not available yet. Of course, they try to make us wait with the sport books, that is. So if you get a 1 takedown for Mansour Abdul Malik at a -260, take it. 2 takedowns should, I mean, I'm hoping I get a better number than a -260 on 1 takedown for Abdul Malik. But if you get that, the 2 takedowns should be either between 130 to plus 200. And I'm taking both of that. And if you feel like you want to get froggy, take a third one. If you can get a plus 5,000, 6,000 on a third, we've proved in the past on this show that if we string together these and build them, ladder them, a lot of people in the sportsbook community call it, then we're going to make a lot of money. And we don't even need a finish in this fight. We just need him to slam his around the ring.
A little bit.
All right. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. All right. Let's move along. Let's get to this next crazy fight. This next fight we got. What's that?
I was going to say, Matt. No, I was going to say, Matt, we're excited for the fights too, but, you know, I'm just ignoring the other person.
Yeah, we'll play those games. People are thinking with their names. Dude, we're going to get Matt and Sean on this, and then Sean's going to end up talking to me about NASCAR at some point because I kind of learn about this. And then I need to find some guy about tennis. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about tennis, but I feel like I can go head to head with some of these people at tennis now, man. I don't know. I'm going to tell you the most nerdiest thing that I've ever said to you, but I watched Paul versus Phils last night. I had Paul. I was in first place. He ended up losing, but because he scored a lot of points to Phils, I still scored out more than double my money. That lineup was free in the subs only Discord at Dr. Roto. Of course, watching this fight, dude, they went triple set and it came down to just one screw up and dude lost. And I'm sitting there and, you know, Chrissy Ray's over here laughing at me. She's like, why are you watching tennis? And I'm like, why am I so enthralled with this match? I don't know. But here we are. Here we are, my brother.
Can't do it. I can't. I don't even know who you're talking about. I never even heard of these people.
There it is. It's almost like my boy Johan Kosflat Klabo. Good old Winter Olympic betting. Great times. All right. Let's get to our next match. In this corner, we have the defending veteran, the girl, the woman that's been through many, many wars. One of those wars with the champion of all time, Shevchenko. It's none other than Alexa Grasso. And she will be taking on Macy Barber. Dan, talk about it.
All right, Alexa Grasso, she's the number 3 ranked women's flyweight in the world. I think this is the title eliminator, the number 1 contender fight, man. But Alexa Grasso, she's 8-5-1 in the UFC, but she is a former flyweight champion. She's on a 3-fight skid, though, and she did not look sharper last time out. Grasso's striking and BJJ are some of the best in this division. She has to improve on her energy and output, though. She's a better fighter when she lets her hands go, uses her dirty boxing, clinch work, and shots to the body. And she's going to have to do that to slow the aggressive Barber down. Macy Barber, she's the number 5 ranked women's flyweight in the world. She's 10-2 in the UFC, and she's riding a 7-fight winning streak. But her last loss was to Alexa Grasso.
That's correct.
Yeah, no one really knows that. Barber sets a high pace and is constantly pressuring with her output. She has to be more measured and methodical and not rush into Grasso because that's how she lost to Grasso in 2021.
That's correct. You know, and then another thing about that fight too between them is that a lot of people feel that this is Grasso's time that she's maybe stepping aside. Of course, her loss to Natalie Silva most recently last year is showing that Grasso's not getting the respect for anybody right now. And Macy Barber sitting there in that division ranked 5th, right? Yes, 5th, right behind Grasso only shows. But this goes back to the Barber Blanchfield fight because you just said this is a title eliminator, but at the same time, we haven't seen Barber Blanchfield fight. And of course, Silva is looking strong too, especially with her beating Grasso. So for me, for that being said, before we get into a little more fights and get to the numbers, if Macy Barber beats Grosso, are you going to want to see the Barber Blanchfield, maybe Farouz Silva before that? Or do you think that if Barber beats Grosso, she may be considered the next title shot for Grosso?
I think if Macy Barber wins, that'll be her 8th fight in a row. That will be number 8 in a row, and that she wouldn't have lost since 2021. Yeah. I think that deserves a title shot.
That deserves a title shot. All right. For me, I agree with that, but at the same time, and I meant Shevchenko, I said Grosso. For me, I feel that you still have to overcome what happened last year when you dropped your main event against me, Miss Macy Barber, and I had to lose all my DFS lineups and all of my parlays and everything just went bye-bye. So because of that, I had a little thing against her, but I did pick her in her last fight, of course. But I would like to see Barber versus Silva before anybody goes up. But in my opinion, I feel that they may do Silva versus Shevchenko before this.
Yeah.
That's kind of my idea. Do you think that they would do that first?
I don't know. I'd like to see Barber and Silva fight, but if Barber wins, she deserves it.
Yeah.
She's been busting her tail, and I mean, yeah, she did drop out of the one fight. She had a bad weight cut, and she was sick. But yeah, I mean, 8 in a row. How could you not applaud that?
I agree. And you know what's really crazy is the sport books are giving Grosso no respect at all. And that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes when you give no respect, respect is earned. And I bring that up because as we're going to hit these numbers real quick, and then we'll get into the fight theory for the fight because I want to get these numbers out the way. Distance, yes, is a negative 350. Knockout, plus 500. You know I got a unit on that. Sub, plus 650. Points, negative 340. Rolling over to the Barber side. Knockout and points, I think is solid. Negative 150. I'm hitting that with 2 units. Points plus 115. Knockout plus 550. Now, right there, I can play the Barber knockout at 550 and then play the knockout for both fighters at 500. I'm fine just sticking at the 500. This is rare that we're actually getting these knockouts close to the knockout for both fighters. So that's if you want to take that as an under, because I feel both these fighters can knock each other out. The plus 500 is where you go. Money lines and distance, yes, for Barber is plus 105. You know I'm hitting that as well, too. But, man, the decision no bet, negative 300, got me going. But then I looked at that second and third round knockout for Barber. You want to make a statement? You want to make Dan right? You want a shot at Bullet Shevchenko? You knock Grosso out. You actually knock her out in the second round for plus 1,200. But, Dan, the disrespect is on with Grosso. Moneyline distance, yes, plus 174. Decision, no bet, plus 215. What? Okay, you go give me a finish for that. Okay, blink. You could even put a half unit on that. People, let's get real. Knockout and points, plus 170. Points, plus 200. But here's the most alarming thing. Grosso's knockout is plus 2,200.
Do you know what? Do you know why? Do you know? It's that big because Alexa Grosso has 1 finish in her UFC career. 1.
Exactly.
That's it. And it wasn't a knockout. It was a submission. She's never knocked anybody out.
And then sometimes that no ever juice hits us right. So you know what? 2,200 seems crazy, quarter of a unit. But you know it's even crazier? You know I'm doing it. Knockout, second, third round, plus 4,000. Okay, I'm going to hit that. I'm actually going to put a half unit on that, a quarter of a unit on that. Put a half unit on it. If your unit size is $5, put 250 on it. If this hits, it's insane. But if you want to be safe, then I say take the knockout in the middle of the fight. Take your money line distance. I think that's how it's done. But for me, Grosso is a striker. I don't feel that she's going to be able to handle Barber on the ground. And Barber's a brawler. Barber's going to be in her face doing the ha, 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 all match long. And because of that, she's going to be able to obtain the points as well. Right, Dan?
Yeah, I completely agree with what you said. But there's a thing about Macy Barber. She, in the flyweight division, she is one of the few people that have knockout power.
That's why I love that plus 1,200. I love the plus 500 for this fight. I really do. Because I got Grasso, even if she gets a knockout, I don't think she has no chance at a title shot. But if Barber did, she has a chance, as I said earlier. Yeah. So I love that fact. I love that theory. So when you heard the numbers, what did it tell you about this fight?
And I think everybody's sleeping on Alexa Grasso and thinks Macy Barber is going to just ragdoll her.
And you are 100% correct. I have done, of course, a lot of research. Not one person in this business is on the Grasso side. And I feel one more thing I would like to bring up before we get to our picks. Macy Barber has the better striking of the two, right? Or am I wrong?
No, she has the better striking technique, but Alexa Grasso is the better boxer.
That's what we like to hear. And that's when knockouts happen. Let's get that knockout bet. But anyway,
she's never had a knockout. She's never had a knockout. I mean, she doesn't have the power to knock people out.
I'm putting it into the atmosphere right now. Grasso, second, third round knockout. Grasso, second, third round knockout. We need that plus 4,000 to hit so we can look sweet. Just like you did with the Bobby Green second round knockout. But even the under 2.5 rounds in this is a plus 280. So I'm happy with that. But Dan, who you got winning and by what method?
I got Macy Barber winning by third round TKO by ground and pound.
See, yeah, I love it. I knew it. You know there's a knockout coming in this match. I love it. I just got to say thank you. Thank you to all the sport books. So when this knockout happens and we benefit from it, we will make sure that we don't send you a cut. So third round knockout. Ooh, dude, this is going to be fire. This has got to be fire. Third round knockout plus 2,700. Dude, doink. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting that right there. Plus 2,700. Dan knockout third. I always love this, dude. I can't wait till we get to the community parlay. This is going to be fun. Before we move on, was there anything left in this fight you wanted to talk about? Bring up maybe Edge?
No, I mean, this is going to be a fun fight if the real Alexa Grasso shows up. Not the one we've seen in the last 3 fights. Because she's looked stale in her last 3, and if she comes out stale against Macy Barber, she's going to get beat up.
I agree with that. All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to the main event. Let's get to, in this corner, we have the returning vet. Maybe 5, maybe 12 years ago, but this man is the style bender, Israel Adesanya versus Joe. I hate you, Pyfer. Dan, defend your fighter.
All right, man. You gave me Izzy. I got Izzy Adesanya, man. Adesanya is a battle-tested vet and has fought every middleweight great in this era. Even though he's on a 3-fight losing skid, Izzy remains dangerous. He's one of the best kickboxing strikers the UFC has ever seen. Plus, he was the hardest working champion in the UFC from 2019 to 2022, defending his title 6 times. That's twice a year, which is crazy. Look for Izzy to control the range with his jab, calf kicks, and systematically dismantles Pyfer's aggressive, overextending style. The resume speaks for itself. Even if he's slowing down, he's still got a lot of gas in his tank.
My client, Joe I Hate You Pyfer, a.k.a. Body Bags, they like to call him. 15-3, 9 knockouts. We've got 4 subs, 2 decisions. He's from Pittsgrove, New Jersey, where he went to high school at Arthur P. Schleck. That is where he started wrestling. He combined that with BJJ and judo to start his MMA career. Through the Marquez MMA and Web Fitness and MMA, it's led him to 4 performances of the night, and last year he was the president's choice for performance of the year against Abu Magomedov. My client looks to pressure up the middle on your client. He wants to take his head off, use the power, and hurt that small body. because Izzy's had problems getting out of fights, not being finished. My client loves to finish his clients. So therefore, Pyfer's aggression and Pyfer's ability needs him to lead forward, take Izzy down to the ground, and look for a ground and pound or die trying. Dan, let's talk about this fight. This is an amazing fight between two eras.
Yeah. I mean, Izzy, man, what can you say about him? They call him the style bender for a reason. When he was in his prime, he was almost untouchable. You couldn't hit the man. Ever since he ran into Alex Pereira the second time, got knocked out. He started that little skid. And I mean, this is his first fight in 16 months. All his wounds are healed. That jaw is back to normal, hopefully. And we're gonna see if he got anything left, if that speed and technique is still there.
I hope so too, because in that fight you mentioned 16 months ago, I put a bet on him, and that was a pre-Fight Club bet, so that's why that bet lost. And I didn't know what he was getting into, but I understand that now. After watching Imamov take apart multiple fighters since, now I know that why Nasruddin Imamov is a problem in that division. However, what gives me the idea why I do love Izzy in this fight is because of what you mentioned. You went toe-to-toe with Alex Pereira, who's trying to become a 3-division champion as we speak. And he fought that man 6 times.
Yeah. 6 times. Twice in the UFC and 4 times kickboxing.
And that's what I'm saying is he's in the ring absorbing massive punches from a certified killer. I don't think Pyfer has the power Poton does. Am I wrong, Dan?
No. And Pyfer, he loves that overextending overhand right. And Izzy's style, his counter-striking style, is just going to dodge and counterpunch him the whole fight because he's just going to keep throwing that. That's his go-to weapon. And I just don't think Pyfer has the technique to stand and bang with Izzy.
I agree with that. And we do. Both of us love Joe Pyfer.
Yeah.
He has won us some money in the past year. He has done good. This is a good fight for him. But in a way, it's almost like, I wish he would have just went and fought somebody else and maybe Izzy fight somebody that's actually like good. Like not good. Not that Joe Pyfer isn't good, but like more his name stake, more his name size, more bravado like that. But it's like Pyfer, and now it's like you're almost going to squash Pyfer before he can really get a good thing going for him because you're throwing him out here to Izzy.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Izzy fight legacy fights, not fights. Not up and coming people that are just getting into the like contention. I would like him to have legacy fights, the older battle tested veterans that he used to fight, like maybe get a Izzy and Robert Whittaker 3. That would be great because
funny.
Those two went to war twice. I would love to see something like that, but it's just this fight doesn't really interest me much because it's kind of one-sided.
It really is. It's funny you brought up the Whittaker fight because I have that written right there, the Whittaker fight. And that, again, shows I feel that Whittaker is Joe Pyfer. Am I wrong? I think he is.
No. Robert Whittaker has technique. Robert Whittaker is a 2-time champion.
Well, I mean, I think Whittaker could beat Pyfer, right?
Oh, yeah. Whittaker would beat Pyfer. Yeah.
So, again, when we go back to Izzy's resume, he's fought the best of the best of the best.
Yeah. He's fought everybody.
Yeah. I mean, even DDP. People forget about DDP. People forget about Sean Strickland almost finishing him, but taking it to this and Sean winning that fight as well, too. So when we're looking all of this together and we see this, we're going to hit some of these numbers right now. So on the Pyfer side, we know that sub and knockout is open. So distance no for the fight is -150, knockout +120. I'm putting 3 units on that because I want to put units on other things, people. Sub plus 450, points 110. When you get knockout, sub, and points all in the positive, you can make money on a fight. In this fight, you can make money on knockout. First, second, and third round is plus 420. Dan, we're going to smoke that bet. Second bet we got knockout, sub, plus 145. I want that coverage because I feel that if Pyfer's going to win this, he needs to win it early and fast because he's not. And I feel, even with a few takedowns, he's not going to be able to out-volume Izzy. No. So therefore, I agree. Knockout, plus 300. Money line, distance, yes, plus 732. So if you think it's going to go to the distance and you got a shot, throw some money on that plus 732. Decision, no bet, negative 210. Okay, that's cute. So you're giving the underdog the ability of the favorite by making him a negative 210 because you think that is the sports book. This is FanDuel we're talking about. You think that there's only one path for Pyfer, and that's by knockout and making this fight end fast. And that's why under 3.5 rounds is plus 105. And for me, I do like that decision no bet, even though it's a negative 210. It's not even attractive. It should be a positive, but they're playing us and they're telling us something. What they're telling us is that Izzy's money line and distance, yes, is a plus 145. Knockout and points, negative 140. Wait a minute. Knockout and points, negative 140. Why are they defending Izzy so much? Let's get to it. Decision no bet, plus 160 on the Izzy side. You're giving me a superstar fighter with ability to finish. Not saying Pyfer's going to be finished. Ability to finish at plus 160, and I get my money back if it goes distance. Cool. I like that. Plus 370 for knockout. Points, plus 165. But I feel that when Pyfer gets pushed past the second and third round and even a fourth round, that Izzy's second, third, and fourth round knockout at plus 750 is live. Also, I do love the fourth, fifth, and decision, fourth and fifth round plus decision for both fighters at negative 148. Those numbers are crazy. They're all over the place, and that says that the sports book is lost. Dan, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it sounds like they don't know which way this fight's going to go, and truthfully, I don't either. I don't know what Adesanya is going to show up. We know Joe Pyfer fights the same way every fight, but does the old Izzy come out to play, or does the Izzy that lost 3 in a row come?
And that's the idea. You know, for me, when I look at that, I feel that there's no reason that you have 16 months off and you can't get yourself right and you can't outstrike somebody like Joe Pyfer. I feel that that's what he should be able to do. And I feel that that's what makes the knockout and points at a negative 140. And again, that's all you need to play. Knockout points, negative 140, decisional bet, plus 160. You'll make your money back because you'll get your decision money back. And then you'll get if there's a knockout, you'll hit both. And of course, if not, you'll get your negative 140. You'll hit with that. And of course, that's what I'm hitting with Izzy. I'm going to hit that because I don't know, Dan, do you think Izzy can attempt a sub at all?
No, I don't think he ever has.
Because his fifth round submission is plus 20,000.
That's why. I don't think he has one submission on his record.
And that is why we say there's no knockout and submission for him. It's straight knockout points. Straight knockout points. That's the easiest, most safest bet for the Izzy side. Those two bets right there together are amazing. Plus, the knockout plus 120 is still just fine to throw that. So if you play this, you love the Izzy side, decision no bet, knockout and points, plus knockout for both fighters at plus 120. Play it like that and roll it. Dan, who you got winning and by what method?
And I got Adesanya winning by decision.
Money line distance brings you up to current plus 140 instead of the 145. That's current right there. Also, if you want to get a little crazy, what's going to be nice about this is that the Izzy points is plus 160. So you get a better number. So if you feel like you don't want to go with that parlay and you want to go with the Izzy points, bam. I already gave you my pick. I did not make my pick official until right now. I am picking Adesanya by knockout, and I'm going with 4th round knockout. Of course, I've got that covered with the third 3. I feel that that's going to be the round that's going to actually have it. If you do, Adesanya to win in 4th round is just a plus 2,500, right? So I'm going to hit that up easily right there. That's the 4th round knock. That's not even the knockout. Now, when we get to the 4th round knockout, it might not even be that good right there. So the 4th round knockout, actually a little better, 2,700. We're going to also play that. Play those at a quarter unit. If you want to stay it with your chest and throw down your full unit, go ahead. Those are some real good numbers. But the reason why I say these things is you play a little, the way we like to teach at drroto.com. You play a little bit with that money, those big numbers. You don't invest wholly into them. You invest your money into what's actually going to happen. And I like the knockout points overall. But with all that to cover, I'm going to take my chance, because at Dr. Roto in the subs only Discord, we always have great bets going on in the UFC channel. You will win your money all by this point. I did not cover this fight, and I'm not going to cover it on the 5-tastic picks as well, because the information for this fight is on this show. And I say that for a reason, because that's what I'm looking for right now. You will have all of your money, my money line bet, you will have your Parlay of Pain money, and you will also have your 5-tastic picks coming into this fight. So when you get to this fight, you can do whatever you want, because you'll already won your money. Love it, man. Woo! Anything else you want to add to this fight?
No, when it was first scheduled, man, I thought it was just a weird scheduling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's going to be fight of the night. You never know. It might be a barn burner.
Yeah, we got that with Mason Jones last week.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And I mean, dude, he busted Sola up, and I gotta say, Sola's face took a beating in that fight. He took a beating, and I mean, he had a gash just like this right up on his cheek. And I'm like, bro, are they gonna stop the fight? Can I get a knockout? You know me. Always got to bet on knockout. So I love it, man. All right. Well, let's get to a little fun part of the show before we get into the soup can and everything else like that. Let's do our community parlay. Let's have fun, Dan. Let's just start it off. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Usuri. I'm not going to say his name. What do you think is the best way or the most likable finish for this fight?
Most likable finish, I think, is decision, but I think the craziest finish is 1st round knockout.
Oh, okay. Well, are you saying for both fighters or
no, for
one
Abdul,
of the fighters?
I think Abdul Malik's going to win this fight.
All right. So let's just double chance that. Knockout in points is plus 115. That's a little bit of both of us. So we get a plus 115. Let's get over to the Grasso-Macy Barber fight. What are you feeling, brother? What are you thinking?
3rd round knockout, Macy Barber, man.
3rd round knockout. Oh, we're gonna have a juicy bet this week. This is why I loved including this. This is what I was telling Sean earlier. I was like, dude, this is so fun. You know, you just get some crazy numbers. You don't have to put $1,000 on this, people. You don't. You can literally put like $10 and it'd be okay, right? So you got 3rd round knockout. All right. Now that's crazy. I mean, plus 2,700. 2 legs right now, plus 5,920. Let's get to the main event for the 3rd leg for this wild community parlay. What do you think's the most likable finish? Over?
Izzy by points.
Izzy by points. Izzy. You know what? That's also positive too, because they don't know what to do. They actually think the sport books actually think this fight's going under. That's a fact, and I like that. But you know, Izzy points plus 160 brings it up to plus 15,552. It's got 3 5s in it. What's my favorite number? 5. Because we Cinco de Mayo up in here. Yeah. Woo. All right, dude. Hitting it. Man, dude. So like I just put down a quarter. Quarter wins $39. I'm gonna put $1 on that. because that'd be a lot of money. I might have a quarter and a dollar and 15 cents. That's a wrap. I'll stop right there. But that's actually Spice One wrap. So that being said, I love that. We got that money in. We're going to start making some money. Dan, who's your soup can of the week?
Oh, man. So my soup can of the week, once again, for the second time in 2 months, it's Nico Price. Man, I don't know why this man is fighting a month after getting scorched, knocked out in the first round. But we're talking about a man that has lost 9 out of his last 13 fights and been finished out of 6 out of those 9 losses, including his last 2. Nico Price is an old gunslinger, and he's on his last legs. He's known for getting knocked out by Robbie Lawler in his retirement fight. Now he's going to get submitted by Chiesa in his final hurrah. I predict Price taps out in the second round by rear naked choke.
Woo-wee, dude, you're giving him more props than I'm giving him. I think Chiesa can sub him in the first because I don't think he's going to get a knockout. So I love that too, because another thing, first and second round, I have this crazy parlay I've been wanting to make, and that's part of it. It's first and second round plus 130 sub. I love it. You said second round sub. So that right there is going to give us Chiesa second round sub plus 480. This is something that can easily happen.
Yeah.
Price has been horrible. Like, this dude is bad.
Dude, 9 out of 13 fights he's lost, and he's been finished 6 times in those 9 fights.
And this is one of those things where even just go on.
And it's not just finished. Like, he's been knocked out cold, like sound asleep.
Yeah. He's just been laying there like this. You know, it's like, what's he doing?
I don't know why he still fights. He is walking CTE.
The sport book. He is walking that. Maybe that's why he's in this match, because he is thinking straightly.
Yeah.
Because even Chiesa's submission in points is a negative 425. We have done this show for over a year. When have you seen a submission in points negative 425 off it?
Exactly. No, everyone
they
thinks
know he's going out.
Yeah, he's going to put him to sleep with a rear naked choke.
This man is going to have one of the best retirement fights other than Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
Who already retired this fool.
Yeah.
And it's all coming at the place. Oh, poor guy, dude. What a poor man. He's going to get whipped.
What if he just wins? What if he wins? What if he beats Chiesa?
If he knocks out, okay.
What if he knocks out Chiesa in the first round?
So his knockout in points is plus 550. But you do bring up a good point. So Nico Price round 1 knockouts plus 2,200. This card's had a plus 2,200 a lot today. Like, anything's possible. Say Chiesa goes in and Nico Price just goes, oh no. It just runs into it.
It's clipped with with the windmill.
Dude, his first and second round at plus 1,200. If you're gonna do that, put 10% of a unit on that. Put 10%. You know, so if you throw $1 on it, it happens. You win $13. I don't know, but I don't think it's happening.
In the last 3 weeks, in the last 3 UFC events, we've seen the 3 worst fighters in the UFC.
We're gonna see more. A lot of them are on this card too. This was, like you said, this was a soup can aisle, bro.
Yeah,
this is a soup can aisle.
This was the aisle of Progresso.
All right, well, let's get to some of the numbers. Of course, we're going to start with the DFS Hero simulated lineup. So if you get over to DFS Hero, use code word DOC, you will get 20% off of your subscription, and you can start winning today. I will seriously say I love this partnership with DFS Hero with Dr. Roto as well, too, because I've been able to use that. When I was talking to Sean earlier before the podcast went live, I have been able to cash 2 weeks in a row because of this simulator and cash well. Even with a crash, I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I had that surgery, so I lost time of track a day. But even with one guy crashing, I still won money. And I'm talking more than a double up. I'm literally in the top 20 to 30%. So I'm winning about maybe 75% more money than I'm putting in. And you're getting that from that. And that's what's beautiful about the DFS industry and everything put together, is that when you get a relationship like this between two different sites, it only makes everything better, and it allows all fans and subscribers to win, Dan. And that's why I love doing this.
I agree, man. It's great.
All right, let's get to it. They got Yanez. The simulator's like Yanez. And I'm like, really? Yanez? I mean, Yanez has got Ricky Simon, man. Like, Ricky Simon's going to run through him, but maybe Yanez gets it. Anyway, they got Yanez, O'Neal, Hooper, Douglas, McKinney, and Belgois. It's a lot of dogs, man. But that's why it's a simulator. It's giving us some dogs. If the dogs win, the dog has their day, we'll get some money. All right. My DFS rankings this week, the 4 fighters that I feel, even though 2 of them are in the same fight, the 4 fighters you need are Sterling, Douglas, Adesanya, and Pyfer. And here's the first time in a long time that I can remember, both the people in the main event are over $15 on FanDuel. So they literally gave respect to both of those fighters. So for that, I will respect them, and I will put them both in my DFS rankings. You could even probably roll them on a same lineup. I don't like to do that, though. So I'm going to give you my DFS lineup. Let's get to it. All right. We got Fortune, Bruno Brazil. Look, I know Bruno Brazil might lose this match, but Bruno Brazil is $9. $9. And I'm going to put that $9. Why? Because it got me Adesanya. It got me Barber. It got me Sterling. And it got me Abdul Malik, of course. So I love that lineup way more. Am I wrong, Dan?
No. I thought you were going to take Bahamondes.
You Bahamondes can get a knockout.
I thought you were going to take him in that.
Hey, I want to go to him, but after we saw him make that dumb decision against your boy Michael Johnson, I didn't want to trust it. And even though all of the industry is taking Bahamondes, and Bahamondes should beat Moisev, 10%, put it on the Moisev side, and you could get a big knockout, but I'm not going that. I do have Bahamondes winning, though. So I will say that. That's a free pick for everybody. All right, we got the DFS stuff out of the way. You know what time it is for, Dan? It's time for the Parlay of Pain. Because I got to say this one thing that we actually did. And so me and Dan were putting together some stuff, and we have a new saying. We turn pain into profits. That's almost the best.
Right.
Best. This is the Parlay of Pain. We're going to turn pain into profits, man. I'm so excited, right? Let's get this. Remember, people, 5 legs, round robin, this, so we don't. Last week, I got waxed, 1-4. 2 weeks ago, 4-1. It happens because finishes need to happen more often, and we should get some on this card. Hopefully. Leg 1, Simon, decision, no bet. This was a really different, weird kind of. I wanted to pick Simon's money line, but I figured that the plus 134 at decision, no bet, if he can beat Giannis on distance, then we'll get paid. This will balloon this up. But if we don't, it's going to go as a void, and it'll become a 4-leg parlay. Don't mind it. Sterling, round 1 or 2 win, because that was some of the best numbers I could get with Sterling, and being aggressive is a negative 125. Brings us up to 2 legs at plus 321. Bahamondes, round 1 and 2 win, plus 135. Brings it up to a plus 889. But after his last match, of course, he went with Fazeev and stuff like that. He needs this. That's why he's going to go out and get either the knockout or sub. Let's get to the 4th leg. And that brings that up, of course, to a plus 889. 4th leg. Abdul Malik fight, no distance, negative 182. Brings it up to a plus 1433. Man, we're cooking right now. These fights can happen. So what were we talking about earlier, Dan? Oh, yeah. Michael Chiesa. 1st and 2nd round sub plus 130 brings the Parlay of Pain up to a plus 34-27. Lock that in. That's what we do. That's how you bring the pain. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm so excited about that. Made my back sweat. I don't know why. Dan, what do you think about that, man? I think this can all happen. I think it can happen.
I like all those picks. I don't know about the Bahamondes fight. I'm not sold on that dude. But everybody else, I think had a good shot. Has a good shot.
When I was looking at this, go on.
I was going to say I really like the Lance Gibson Chase Hooper fight too. I think that's going to be a close one.
Yeah, and after Lance Gibson got dotted up by our guy.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of, Dan?
Oh man, I don't know.
He got dotted up by Bobby Green. King Green dotted him up.
Yeah, dotted him up.
So Chase Hooper needs to sub him. He did dance on him. And there was one judge that gave that fight to Lance Gibson, and he got outboxed, literally outboxed. He didn't even want to box him.
He got beat up the whole fight.
And then Bobby Green at the end, if a lot of people you didn't watch, King Green beat him. King Green waited to the end to actually get him on the ground and start mounting him and stuff like that. So he literally danced around and taunted him like this was WWE No Mercy. Should have been F, but we got the F out a long time ago. That is exactly what happened. This is going to be a fun card if we can get more unders than overs. That's what I'm looking at. And maybe it happens, Dan. Maybe it happens.
I hope it does, man. I just want this card to live up to something because the last couple cards have been kind of hard to watch.
Exactly. All right, before we get out of here, is there anything you wanted to bring up, talk about? I mean, we'll be back doing this live next week. Yeah, get over to Dr. Roto.
Yeah, next week. And I mean, we got some new people joining the team, and I appreciate them guys. That's about it, man.
I do want to thank the people that Dan is talking about is both Matt and Sean. I want to say thank you for being able to put this show, make us look a little better, pop up stuff like that as well. Also extend another thank you to Dr. Roto for being able to give us this. Get over to drroto.com, use code word WIN, and see why we have the right here for all of your fantasy needs. We are not just MMA. We are not just NFL. We are not just MLB. We're not just NASCAR. We are all of it. We try our best. I am literally doing the best I can to get as much information, bets, lineups. I mean, Winter Olympics, tennis, we got those lineups in, and then you can go into those rooms and you can see all the green screens that I'm putting out there. And tennis doesn't pay well. It's mostly double ups. But the fact that we can get you money to spend on baseball and MMA and NASCAR and everything else in this entire thing, that is why it's always great to visit the office at Dr. Roto. And you can get that, and you can get that office visit for 10% off if you use code word WIN. And that will make you our rich friend.
That's right. That's right. And in less than a month, we'll be at the NFL draft. So.
The NFL draft. So that Thursday, we of course cannot go live with the Fight Club of Pain because we will be live or doing something crazy at the actual NFL draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So that is going to be crazy. It's a once in a lifetime chance. Like this is just, I can't even talk right now because it's like, wow, it's like a Super Bowl game.
It's exciting, man. It's exciting. Can't wait.
It is. You can't wait. All right, everybody, make sure you get over to Dr. Roto's YouTube. Follow Dr. Roto on the X. Follow, like, share, comment. Talk to us. If you have, even after this podcast is done, find us on the X. Go to Dr. Roto. Come back to this website, YouTube, whatever you're watching on us, Twitch, and ask us questions. We will answer those questions for you so that we can make you rich. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right, everybody. I want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody to make this show possible. Let's win some money. And always remember to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well